Hey, I ain't doing no fish, let's come with some M. Hey, she say I'm a pimp cause she go through my phone. She see I got hoes, she know what I'm on. Not one of them guys, know I got options. Hop on the beat, gotta know I'm gonna dive in. Hey, I'm not one of them, yeah, I come from them. Feel like a him by the way I be snapping. Give a fuck about the job, my niggas out trapping.
What's up, YouTube? What it do, LHF? I'm Keisha and welcome back to my channel. Look, now, y'all know they just dropped that whole documentary about Nickelodeon and shit, and like, I think that there has always been some sick individuals in the industry. There are always child predators out. But it's like the 90s seem to have had so fucking many. Like, is that all it was about? And it's given the 90s where predators were born, created, and a lot of shit took place back then. But it's so crazy that so many childhood stars come out and have so many issues. Like, I feel like this is almost a true crime case. We just finna get started into it. This is Lil JJ from Just Jordan. He's coming on here. He's giving his response to the whole thing. Like, I think a lot of stuff we overlooked because we were so young, and now that we're older, shit, people gotta live with that shit. Don't get me wrong, nobody's story is better or bigger or worse than the next, but like, golly, all this time they've been dealing with it without having to talk about it or without being able to talk about it, it really brings your ass to depression. Because until I started speaking up, it was depression. So like, just to think some of these people are older than me and been dealing with depression and going back and forth with themselves for so long, it's like, wow. Like, it's very sad. It's very sad. But I wouldn't want nobody judging me off my situation, so I'm not looking to judge nobody else off their situation, but I do want to get into the whole claim and the whole story of it and see what we all come out with. So before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you know every time that I'm posting. Now, if you've ever been through some type of abuse, like as myself, I applaud y'all. Because that is one hard thing to go through. That is a hard thing to cope with. And everybody's not going to understand. Everybody's not going to see your viewpoint. And that's okay. But you, for your sanity, your sake, you find some things that helps you feel like you're a better person. Find some people that makes you feel good inside. Do things to love yourself a little bit more every day. But let's go ahead and get into the video, because I'm not going to be on this subject too long because it's a triggering subject. So I'm just going to go boom into the video.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. The docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV has been revealing tell all for those who were involved in creating some of the most nostalgic children's television over the last 25 years. The show has put a spotlight on those left in charge at Nickelodeon who are facing serious allegations. Former Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider, who has been accused of abuse and running an inappropriate and toxic work environment for children, has just apologized for his behavior and the on-set atmosphere of his kids' television shows, which aired back in the late 90s.
25 years later.
2010s.
You're just
Schneider
not apologizing?
is known for his work on
These
shows
people
like
been going
All
through
That,
shit.
The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and more. He has long faced allegations of bad behavior, but this newly released docuseries has given fans their first in-depth look at what happened behind the scenes. We would recently spotlight notable Nickelodeon stars who have remained silent about their experience. However, Jay Lewis, also known as Little JJ of the series Just Jordan, would shock fans with his reaction to Quiet on Set. Lewis would go on to break his silence on Facebook. Just Jordan got canceled. I ain't giving up no A, LOL. This would cause several to react. Show didn't even make it to season 3, and they was already trying to get him to sell out. A dang shame. These producers / directors and any other
I used to watch Just
behind
Jordan.
these kids shows need to be investigated thoroughly. This is sick. Y'all forgot about the only great black themed show Nick ever had? Ain't no way, fam. That's wow, because that show was amazing. That man didn't produce this show. LOL. That got canceled for other reasons. Well, now for the first time ever, Schneider has broken his silence, giving his own reaction on what it was like to watch the docuseries detailing his behavior. In a conversation with actor Bobby K. Bowman, who worked on iCarly for several years. The interview was done for The Hollywood Reporter and even shared on Schneider's own YouTube page, although the comment section has been turned off. During the talk, Schneider would say, "Facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation.
Bro, you knew what the fuck was going on.
There were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable, so I owe them an apology as well."
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And
in addition to apologizing, Schneider also reiterated information he released in a statement earlier this week, stating that anything that was aired on television went through multiple layers of approval, which included network executives and other adults that were present on set.
So nobody's saying nothing wrong.
Every one of those jokes was written for a kid audience because kids thought they were funny. Now we have some adults looking back at them 20 years later through their lens. I have no problem with that. Let's cut those jokes out of the show. Now, of course, folks had a lot to say as soon as the interview was released. Many have already criticized this interview because of the relationship between the actor and producer. One user would write, "This was not an interviewer. This sounds like a friend asking his friends questions. The Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed." Another social media user chimed in and said, "I can't even watch this fully because they are friends. Why are we going light on someone who did not protect kids or his staff? He was a grown man who knew what he was doing. He abused his power. This is not right." One more online user wrote, "This is disgusting because it shows that Hollywood protects their own or their club."
But did we
Even
not
before
know
the
that
doc hit, Dan's
already about the
reputation
industry?
as a creep was a known fact for those who are in the industry. Separately, a spokesman for Schneider would note that an investigation happened before Schneider left the network in 2018. That statement said all that was found is that Schneider was a challenging, tough, and demanding person to work for and with, nothing else. "If I could go back, I would get it done in different ways. I would be nicer." But what do you guys think of this latest reveal from Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider? Let us know in the comments below.
You would be nicer. You could have just been nice then.
Subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Check out Hype Market for all your cool and original merchandise. And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this story, send us a super.
We're gonna stop it right here. Like, bro, you was an arrogant asshole because you knew you had power. You knew you had authority over these children. But if you knew something was happening to one of these children, I would. Or you should have spoke up. Right? You don't get no pat on the back for watching the shit go down and turning the eye or turning your head. Like, no. They probably in the back room laughing about the shit after the kids go home. After they say cut, motherfuckers in the back laughing about the shit. "Oh, I was on this one." Like, come on now. I don't like perverted people. I have a real bad thing with perverted people. Like, so anybody who's ever, been through some shit like that, like I said, I applaud y'all. I applaud myself, I applaud y'all. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation down in the comments. I'm gonna actually go and look deeper into this story because it's gonna get wicked. Like that R. Kelly shit, like that Bill Cosby shit, the shit is gonna get wicked. The only thing is he's the first white guy. And he's probably just the first of many, multiple white guys. Like, a lot of shit in the industry ran by white people. The country ran by white people. So, like, I believe, like, all that higher power, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I believe a lot of that shit. Like, y'all let me know what y'all think about this shit in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all for watching. Rockin' peace.